All right, welcome Aries. Welcome back to Peony Lore. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Peony Lore is where we try to help you find the beauty in all things. And right now, we are recording this on Leap Day. And this has been an auspicious day already. This has been some tremendous energies these past couple of weeks, for sure. And they're not stopping. We're still in the part of Mercury retrograde until we hit up until the 9th. Of course, there will still be some shadow period with that. Very interesting. And then we will turn into Venus retrograde, but we do have a new moon that's also starting on, a full moon is starting on the 9th, right when Mercury retrograde ends. And then towards the end of the month, we have the full moon again around the 24th, and that is going to be another wonderful, another wonderful opportunity to kind of get into, you got almost all the chakra cards out, into some serious manifestation. So March is no joke. March is no joke for any of the signs, to be perfectly honest with you. But we're going to go ahead and get into it with the 9-card spread, which I like to do for the monthlies, for generals for sure. And then, of course, I'm always available for those that want to get more in depth into a personal read. So if you've been tuned in with me before, you understand that the way that I'm doing this reading, this 9-card spread, is going to break down between health, actions, and relationships. And the first card in the health column is kind of what's in your mental process, your thought process. And for you Aries, for the month of March, what I'm seeing here is partnerships and alliances. So this is very much, just as it states, partnership and alliances. You've got some sort of a decision that you are trying to make here, and looking forward to some generosity in that particular area. Your heart space is filled with hope. This is fabulous. In the traditional deck, this would be the star, but this is, or the sun, excuse me. So this is fantastic. So your heart is open and you're feeling very joyful and generous. And there's some other things that I can tell are going on with all of these chakra cards that came out. In your physical body space, what we have is the third eye chakra, your inner knowing, your intuitive ability, and literally physically your third eye beginning to strengthen and come into more power, which is a beautiful thing. You don't need to be afraid of the third eye opening up, Aries. It is just an opportunity for you to delve a little bit deeper into your own knowingness, and the angels, guides, and the supporters here in our galactic realm are never going to allow you to take advantage of something if you are not physically, mentally prepared to do it. So just be aware of that. The actions that are incoming towards you this particular month all revolve around moving forward. This relates to the Six of Swords in the traditional deck. This is moving on. This is coming out of troubled waters in a sense. This is moving on to something that is better and greater for you. I'm going to jump right ahead because I'm being told to talk about it right now, is that your partnerships and alliances is allowing you to move on, because in your work relationship space, there's been some challenge, some heartache and loss. It's still in your energy at the current moment that I'm reading this, which is why I'm reading it this way, but there is an opportunity to heal. Anytime that there's a heartache and loss, there is automatically an opportunity to try to heal. And don't forget, we will go back in with clarifiers on each one of these different cards to help support you. But your heart is it is very happy. In your heart space, you are looking to be completely joyful, and that's definitely coming. Hope is coming. You have what I think is a phenomenal spread here with the fact that you've got the solar plexus cards that have come out and the base chakra card. So what I'm feeling very strongly for you, Aries, is that this particular month, and again, there's so much energetically that's going on right now, you are being asked and you are being tasked to keep your physical body in check. That's exactly what it is that I'm getting right now. Your solar plexus, the seat of creativity, is your outward communication towards everyone else. You are fully embodied in the solar plexus area, and that is specifically speaking about you calling in or manifesting this partnership and alliance, you calling in what's allowing you to move forward. And in your inward self-talk position here, with regards to actions, we have the Seven of Wands, which is standing your ground. So you very much are ready to get ready. Getting ready to get ready to get ready. I sound just like, Esther and Abraham Hicks. But standing your ground, not taking any shit from anyone. You don't have to be a jackahole, but not taking any shit from anyone. So you are very much empowering this body of the seven here, by just standing your ground. So we're gonna leap on over. We're gonna really quickly talk about the fact this work relationship with this heartache and loss. If something has happened, you're moving from the Six of Swords to the Three of Swords here. But the fact that there's 3 threes on the board here is telling me that you are definitely covered in light and love, and that you're going to be able to work through this. Now, in your family sector of relationships, we've got the base chakra that's come up. So your base chakra is all about roots and foundation. This is exactly where we're driving our physical things, our physical needs, our houses, our cars, our clothes, the physical structures of the things that are surrounding us. So in your family area, I feel that there are empowerment components that are coming on here with these other chakra cards. I do feel that there is a little bit of work that you are being asked to do in the base chakra area, in order to get to the root of your sense of self, in a sense. Now, in the financial sector here, Aries, what I'm seeing is the Tower, and this is disruption. And, the Tower very often is a scary card for a lot of people, but it really, in my opinion, if you really understand what it's about, can be one of the most beautiful things that can come up for you. There's definitely change that's coming. If you are one that has taken heed and you've had savings and you are aware that these things that are coming up can be minor, then you know that it can just be that. It can be something that the universe is diverting. Something is forcing something else to change, typically because they're making something change for you in the background. But it doesn't have to be catastrophic. However, it is showing up in your financial sector. So as you know, we will go in with the Angel Tarot deck to specifically focus on family and finances, because that's extremely important regardless of your makeup of your family, in order for people to get through what needs to go on here. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to do the cross reading here for you, Aries, and let's kind of see what's going on here. So again, the middle card being the strongest energy of all the different components, your solar plexus, your life force in a sense, being very on, okay, drawing in the partnerships that it is that you need, the alliances that you need, this Three of Pentacles energy very much so, because there has been disruption in your financial sector, or there will be something that is going to pop up. It doesn't have to be major, but the fact that this is showing up is telling me that you have some precognitive ability, and you kind of know that this is what's going on, which is why you're seeking the opportunity to move on. So if you're seeking a new job, if you're seeking a different location, you obviously know that that is going to impact you a little bit here in the financial area. That makes a lot of sense to me. I hope that makes a lot of sense to you. Now, and it comes to the relationship of work, and your outward communication is trying to call in some new creativity. You do know that this is coming, and it doesn't have to be something that's killing you to death with this heartache and loss, but it tells me that you are definitely moving on to a new job, or it is time for you to move on to a new job. And while that might be a little bit sad, moving on to something is always meant for your greatest and highest good. So we're going to leave it at that for this particular moment, but there isn't anything that's over scary that I'm seeing here. With your chakras coming up, like I said, very much empowered. Empowered needs a little bit of foundational work. Do a little bit of work on your base chakra. The other way it can be read is that your base chakra is also very lit up, meaning that you are very strong in order to take opportunities with this change that's getting ready to come on in your work, in your financial sector. The disruption doesn't have to be too crazy, but, sticking up for yourself and managing to what it is that you need to be able to do is exactly what you're telling yourself to do and the right thing, standing your ground for what it is that you want, standing in your belief, standing in your power. And that's a beautiful thing. So we're going to go in now with the, actually we're using the Steampunk Tarot deck for our clarifiers for each one of these cards. I love the imagery of these decks. And I would like a clarifier, please, within our heart space, our hope. What is the best card in the deck here, universe, for our Aries? Ooh! Okay, well, you know what? I got two, so we're going to go ahead and take two. So, yes. And I am being told to keep these in reverse, where I don't typically read things in reverse. So what is going on here, which is very interesting, is the Chariot, which is movement. Okay, you haven't been allowing yourself in one sense to be thinking about moving towards this new direction. So in your heart space where you want to bring in hope, it's not quite there yet, but the hope for you turning things around so that you can get into that next good direction is exactly what's going on. And what I do see specifically is that you are hoping to change your financial situation, because right now you have felt in the past that you were kind of left out in the cold, but these miracles that are, these 5 pentacles that are in the back here are very much working in the background. This is the universe, this is your collective that's working for you in the background. So this Chariot will turn for you for sure, because you have already come out of this thought process of this negativity in the heart space. Again, I believe this is very much all financial, so this work situation coming up. So I am going to continue on with the board. We do know that we'll get a clarifier here, but in our physical body sector, we will specifically go in with the healing angels, the therapy angels, oracles, to see if there's anything special or specific. So, all right, yeah, Knight of Swords. And I do know that the Death card is supposed to go on to the Six of Swords, the moving on. With the Death card showing up there is telling me that you have a little bit more work to do when it comes to accepting the fact that it's time for that change to happen. You're resisting the change with Death showing up upside down in reverse. This is very interesting, because typically I'm always told to turn the cards forward, but this one is what it is. With the third eye chakra showing up, and then the Knight of Swords in reverse is telling me that you are recognizing that there is something else that needs to get done. Your physical body is getting ready to do this. You are resisting just a little bit and recognizing a few different things. But there is a Knight of Swords that's going to come and help you with that. A Knight of Swords, you know, the sword energy is air energy. You know, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. There could be that energy of an individual that's coming to help you recognize something, or to help you support your physical body when it comes to this third eye chakra component, making you aware, helping you see what it is that you need to be able to see. So again, with the Six of Swords, this moving on card, the Death sitting on top of it tells me that you're resisting this. You know it's in your heart. You know that you want to be able to move on. You know that you're ready to move forward. You're just now getting yourself out of the financial conversation of, can I really do this? Can I make this work? I know this is going to impact me, but absolutely you can. Now, the Nine of Pentacles showing up here in your solar plexus chakra, sitting next to the base chakra, is not coincidence at all. Your foundations are going to be shaken a little bit, and where most people want to be in the Nine of Pentacles, where you're completely satiated when it comes to lots of different things, you know that you're going to have a shift to make, and that's okay. Standing your ground, yeah. Emotionally, you have not let yourself come to the point where you've cried it out, or you need to recognize that your emotional capability to help manifest anything means that you have to be completely emotional with the ability to let it out, cry it out, if that's what you need to do. That's kind of the thing that the Knight of Cups is saying here too. The Knight of Cups, the Knights are typically bringers of new information, and this bringer of this cup, this offer that's coming, is going to be supportive for you. Ah, look at that. I love it. It's beautiful. But you definitely are not getting into the feels the way that you need to get into the feels. So what this is telling me is that you're being so strong. You're kind of doing one of these things, like, you know, you're just like, my heart feels like you're blocked just enough to where you won't let yourself be emotional with the different things that are coming. You know what? Cry it out. Cry it out. bro, get in the shower, just cry it out. Put on your favorite tune, cry it out. Sis, take a bath, take a shower, cry it out. Get it out of your system. Talk it out. Journal it out. Write it out. Speak into your phone and just like text something to yourself, but get that energy of this emotional change that's getting ready to occur, like out of your system. I was being told to shuffle this for the next 2 cards, but look at what happens. You go from the 3 of Swords to the 8 of Pentacles. Everything is going to work out in your favor. It literally is going to work out in your favor, but what you have to do in your gut is you have to use all of this energy that's with you, and you have to try to help turn this around, because it is definitely there for you. So the family area, the space chakra, the root, what I'm feeling now is that you're feeling very nervous that you're going to do something, or you're going to make a decision that's not going to be supportive for yourself or for your family, or you're worried about that. Queen of Cups in reverse. You are not taking the, okay, how do I say this? The Queen of Cups at her best is soft. She is fluid. She's very emotional. You have to let yourself be emotional when there's things that are affecting your base chakra. Like I said, this is why the base chakra was telling me that it needed a little bit more strength. It's okay to be emotional if you go through a job loss. Been there, done that, totally get it. Down to the nubs when it comes down to the foundation of, can I do this? Do I have enough money to survive without having this position for a while? You know, those different types of things. It's a real raw feeling, but you still have to get into it. But the Queen of Wands, again, just like this Ace of Cups in reverse, you're not feeling the feels. You need to be in your feels, Aries. It's okay, because once you get it out, this solar plexus is telling you, it's you want to be there, but for some reason you're holding back. Just let it go, man. Just let it the fuck go. Seriously. So the disruption in your finances. Let's get a small clarifier here before we go in with the angels and see what else they would like to let us know about here for our Aries March 2020. This is going to be an emotional month for a lot of people. It really, really is. It really, really is. You know? You know, you got this fire energy, Aries, you know, and this Piscean energy that's here is just, it's like it's dampening your spirit just a little bit, and you're fighting internally to keep that hope alive, and you know that you've got to do that. Come on, angels, one more card for this Tower disruption within their finances for our Aries, please. But you can do it. You can do it. Come on, universe. What's the best card to discuss it? There it is. It flipped over. 4 of Pentacles. And I was told to make sure that that one was upright. You are going to be stable. You will have enough with this change that's going to happen to take care of you. You are going to have enough. Just allow yourself to cry it out. So let's move on to the angel therapy real quick for our physical body. Angels. Oh, I'm going to reshuffle that because I think that was my ring getting in the middle here. Angels, I'd like to get some information with regards to our physical body for our Aries here in March of 2020. There we go. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. I love this card. I very much feel at this particular moment that you saw something. This is why the third eye is here. You do, how do I say this? Every person on the planet is born with the ability to use their psychic gifts. Some people just have them turned on a little bit faster when they're born. If you saw something that bothered you at work, an injustice perhaps, a boss giving someone else something that you thought might rightfully have been yours, whatever the case may be, when you see physically with your 2 physical eyes that kind of stuff happen, it very much can stuff down emotionality. But if you are willing to forgive what it is that you saw, heard, were a part of, you leave space when you break that shell and you just release that. You're asking for the void of what you just let go of to be filled. And because your heart space wants to continue to be filled with hope, the angels are asking you to ask them to help you clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So if you're not into the angels, if that's not a part of your spiritual repertoire, that's totally fine. If you're more starseed, or you're more looking for deeper galactic, or you're of a different religion, it doesn't really matter. Get to that place, get to that space, get to that person, get to that entity, get to that beautiful person, that God, goddess, deity, that will give you the opportunity to say, yes, I forgive, because it's literally not going to help you. You will not move on until you do this. So they will take and clear that third eye. They will strengthen that third eye so that you can be a little bit more cognizant of some weird wonkiness going on in the future that is in your best and highest good. I know that was kind of long-winded, but I feel like somebody saw something. And they want to be hopeful about it, but it's time to move on and you're just resisting it. But trust me, you are going to go into a beautiful space. You will have enough to carry you through this particular change. The other thing I'm getting with that Queen of Swords in reverse as I shuffle here for our family and finances is that you may have a spouse, and I'm not surprised that we got 2 extra cards for this one either because of this chakra. You may have a spouse that is just absolutely giving you the business because of this, male or female. It doesn't really matter the configuration in the marriage or the partnership that you have in the home, but you can't do good for anybody else until your own cup is filled. And I just want you to see the imagery of this card upright. You can't do anything for anybody until your cup is filled. So you have got to allow yourself to get to a point where you are filled back up. And that's what the Ace of Cups wants to do for you. But don't let anybody else talk you out of your own success. So let's go ahead and get into the family card with the angels. And what we have here is a 6 of Thought. It's beautiful. The storms have passed, and now you can see that your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away. If it's necessary for you, take a break over water or a journey or a small vacay. So this is the exact same card. It's a very beautiful thing. You're going to be totally fine. Don't resist it, okay? You're going to be totally fine. I'm not surprised that we got an extra card because a lot of the times the chakra cards will allow different ones to pop out. And here we go. The 7 of Emotion. This is kind of a blend betwixt the 2 cards here. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. You've been procrastinating because you don't want to upset somebody else. I was just saying that. But you need guidance. And then make the guidance, your internal thought, prayer, whatever the case is for you, deep meditation, some chakra clearing that you can put on YouTube. There's so many great people that are out there that have it, or Hertz music or any of that stuff. But the 7 of Emotion, the 7 of Cups, allow yourself to recognize how much abundance there really is for you. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. More people need to be emotional. Then when we get to the disruption, when we get to the financial card from the angels, we go from the disruption is going to be minor. You got the 4 of Pentacles here. It's not going to be anything that's overly great. But the angels are saying with regard to your finances that you haven't been moving forward. You do have multiple options, 7 of Cups. And your angels are here to help take you into that next direction. Deep down, you know what to do. So very much you need to go ahead and do some significant meditation to really kind of unwind that. Aries, you are going to be okay, but you definitely need to be in your feels, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The other thing I was told by the angels for this particular month of March, because there's so much going on, is that I will be doing a boost for every single sign. So this is your base for the month. I will probably be back in a couple of different weeks just to kind of check in on you and give you a couple of different things that you can try to do. But for the meantime, we're going to put out our Angels of Atlantis deck. And even if, I got a comment, I know a lot of people are emailing me, which I love. Not a lot of comments on the page, but I'm okay with that. But I'm getting a lot of emails. Well, I don't believe in angels, or I don't understand the angels, or this, that, and the other thing. Okay, so if nothing else, just understand that this universe is filled with higher dimensional beings. You can call them angels, you can call them spirit guides, you can call them whatever you want. But the frequency of the individuals that I'm talking about is that they bring all of these things. So the archangel that you can call on, and this is no mistake, Archangel Sandalphon. Okay, so especially for my Wiccan and for my other group friends that are out there, when you call the 4 directions, you're calling in the horizontal plane, you're calling in the east, you're calling in the west, you're calling in the north, you're calling in the south, whatever directions that you want to start in. You're calling in all the elements, earth, air, fire, water. Well, there's other elements that are there too, as above, so below. Archangel Sandalphon is the angel responsible for the earth grid itself, okay? So Archangel Sandalphon is here to help light it up as far as the base is concerned. So please call on Archangel Sandalphon. And even if you don't want to use the name, the energy of the earth is what it is that you're trying to call in for yourself. But the message about this is love. The message about this is love. It is emotionality. It is time to fill your cup with the things that you can bring in for yourself. And you have got this. I am very surprised that they wanted me to stick with the reversals the way that they did, but I'm happy that they did because it made a lot of sense to me, and I think everything kind of gelled together. Okay, they're telling me to bring out one more card. The Earth Magic deck itself. All right, here we go. We're going to shuffle up, Aries. You're going to get some extras. Being a clairvoyant, I listen to what it is that they tell me, and I do it. Sometimes get a little bit janky, but it'll work out. Let's see. Aries, March 2020 overall, please. Aries, March 2020. Jump out when you're ready. Aries, March 2020. All right, we'll take the 2 of them. Oh, there's 3. My bad. Use the magic of the earth, very much Sandalphon. Use the fact that you have the strength of the mountain. And use Gaia. And if you don't know, you'll hear it. Gaia is the name of physical earth itself. There's nurturing to be done. You need to just do it. You need to nurture yourself. You need to know that you are strong enough, but it is okay to cry it out. That is a sign of strength. Being and owning your emotions is very much a sign of strength. So the universe has you however you want to appreciate all of the different elements. Earth magic, if you're in an area where you can take part in walking outside without freezing your butt off, please do that. You will find that the earth will actually guide you and help nurture you and help strengthen you up. I'm daisies, and I'm being told daisies and sunflowers. Here I have a yellow peony. Anything yellow that will help to strengthen your core, your solar plexus, is going to help you. If you find yourself being drawn to yellow, it's not a mistake. It's there to help nurture and strengthen you. But at the end of the day, you have this within you to do it. So Aries, until I see you guys in the next couple of weeks, start your month off owning your feels, because at the end of the day, you are going to come out of this very, very beautifully. Love and light, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.